It has been so long since I have actually done a sports broadcast that I couldn't remember if I got the right fight song or not. Your morning on a Tuesday edition. This is the 12th day of August, International Youth Day, IBM PC Day, National Julienne Fries Day, and good morning, Cindy, Joyce, Kathy, Randy, Keith, Chris, Liz, Cynthia, Rod, Bob, Ruben, Daniel, Roy, Francis, Andrew, Amy, Harry, Leslie, Mary, Eric, Patty, Gary, Max, and Dabron. Yes, Melody, I did not forget you. I did not. Because we never get a chance to see him because he's always in class about this time. Justin Locke, who's the athletic director, teaching at the middle school, dealing with the AD, and are you basketball coaching too? Is that
I've been the head basketball coach for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, it shows how my memory is these days. It's, getting old sucks, but it sure beats the alternative. It seems like every year everything starts earlier and earlier. Of course, athletics are really going on all summer. A lot of training, a lot of camps. I know the football boys used to go to camp every summer, and I see now, school doesn't start for another 10 days, but the first football game, 10 days ahead of the start of school. And you're going all the way to Reno for that?
Yeah. So most of our sports at the high school are in the 2A South.
Right.
And we are down to only 4 or 5 total football programs in the South.
Really?
So we only get 4 conference games in our league. So now we're able to have up to 9 games. So we have to go find almost half of our games as non-conference games.
So you're scrambling a lot then.
Yeah. And with football, you have to have these contracts with these other teams, and you usually will do a home and home. But with like Coral Academy this weekend, we actually have a 3-year contract. We're going up to them this year, and then either next year we're going to have a neutral site or they'll come to us. But we'll have a neutral site with them over the next 2 years. So a lot of the football teams you play, you try to get a home and home, and maybe you do that neutral site, especially for places like us where it's a far trip to get to Ely, or for us to go travel somewhere as well. So
it's a long way to everywhere from Ely, but it's worth the trip to get here. It really is. But the boys are heading over there this weekend, and then you got Battle Mountain next week before school even starts.
Yeah,
is that right?
And so another.
Oh my gosh!
Seems like part of the issue with eligibility and stuff for us, because we start so late, some of these kids who might be ineligible actually could not start their eligibility check until your school starts. So places like Clark County and some other areas who have already started don't have to deal with some of that stuff. So we run into a lot of things with the start of sports season starting a lot earlier, and then us who start school a little bit later, and some of the stuff we have to work through as well with that. So
Battle Mountain's always a tough team. They're tough. Oh my. I remember when we beat. This shows how far back I go. I remember when we beat Battle Mountain to go to state, and we had an undefeated season at that point.
2011, I believe.
That was a killer year. That was one of the last times I did sports on the radio. That shows you how. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting old. But we got that, and then the girls are going to Battle Mountain this week.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, our home tournament used to be this weekend with the fair, which we would try to navigate there. So we were, some of the fair people came and asked if we were be able to move. Battle Mountain was willing to take over this weekend spot. So we'll start on the road for the beginning of this year, and that's a tournament I know my volleyball coaches have enjoyed going to get started, and then we'll be here to start off our sports season at home with our home volleyball tournament.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's not a good weekend to get started when you're going head-to-head with the fair.
Yeah.
And especially these races, but that's beside the point. One of the things I wanted to talk with you about this morning is the issues that we have talked about, being able to find referees for all of the sports. It's really getting to be a problem course, I guess, finding volunteers for anything these days is tough, but to find the officials to go out and do this, it's getting to be a challenge where they're having to change dates for sports.
Yeah, Mary from Elko, the head of our association, does her best to try to not have to do those things. But if it looks like there's going to be a conflict and changes have to be made, we've had to change games from a Friday to a Thursday or a Saturday. She tries to give both schools the option to see what might work best for them. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Wyatt. We volunteers have really seen the wayside since COVID. It seems like it's just gotten a lot worse. But yeah, I encourage any former athletes that still enjoy the game to get involved. There's plenty of opportunity out there and training that the association will help you with. There is a cost, to get your uniforms and go through that stuff. But if you feel like you want to give back, this is a perfect way if you still enjoy sports.
It is a good thing to do and to get involved with these youngsters. Just the simple fact that you're participating in the development of the next generation, that really is the best thing that you can consider with this. There are so many things going on. And one of the things that I have been ranting about is, and this is coming up tomorrow at the county commission, is this project for Heritage Park. And that would really, to me, seems it would benefit your program greatly.
When I took over the athletic director's job 5 years ago, my big goal was to get more playoff opportunities here. We haven't had a lot. A couple of years ago, we were able to host the 2A basketball division tournament, which, we had 6 total teams come, and both White Pine made it. So we had 5 teams for boys and girls come in, which I think helps inject a little bit to the local economy there. Well, they're getting rooms. It's a 3-day tournament. I know my goal is to get baseball, softball divisions, and those fields that Heritage Park would bring with that would be just a boom for us to be able to have really nice facilities to be able to for me to put in a bid to be able to have that. But I am working diligently at all our AD meetings to get more playoff opportunities to host, and I will continue to fight for that.
And people don't understand that when you have something like this going on, you're bringing in anywhere from 4 to 6 teams. So you've got all of them. You've got parents and spectators coming in. And we've talked about how much that can inject into the local economy. And that would more than offset costs of maintenance of a lot of this stuff. People don't realize that.
Yeah, when I did put this bid and put that out to these private schools that we play in Vegas that don't quite understand that, they kind of saw what I was talking about. They were here, they ate at the different eateries, and our local businesses were very welcoming, and they talked really high after that basketball tournament and thought we did a good job, and everybody was really welcoming, and those are the things I think may get people to come back to go look at some of the other things Ely has to offer.
Exactly, that's a big thing, but we'll get to more of that next week. But you've got stuff coming up. The boys are at Coral Academy. Where is that over in Reno?
Where do they play? They're in the south part of Reno. But they're actually will be playing their game at McQueen High School, which is kind of north part of their or the west part of Reno.
So they'll be at McQueen, and of course Battle Mountain. They'll be playing at the high school there,
and
the
girls
and
the middle school as well. They'll utilize. Be so utilizing both of those. It's a JV tournament as well, so there'll be lots of matches going on over the next 2 days in Battle Mountain.
Justin Locke, White Pine County School District Athletic Director, who keeps us informed on what's going on. You let us know. We will let people know during this program, and of course on the podcast as well, to tell everybody what's going on. Thanks so much for stopping by this morning. It's good that we can actually get you in the studio.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Wyatt.